All right, greetings everybody, and welcome to the Media Files. Yeah, we got ourselves not one, but two packages. Yes, so this was part of the Arrow half-off sale that's been going on this week, and lo and behold, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple of these movies that I've been wanting, and let's just say that this basically completes the horror franchise released from Arrow up to this point. Hopefully, they'll get more other famous horror franchises, at some point. I mean, now I know obviously that they have the. I want to get the Texas Chainsaw movies at some point, but that's not what this is. So, so we'll go ahead and open these things up. Let's see what we got from Arrow Video. Some creepy titles right here in the Media Files. Let's check it out. Okay, welcome back. So for these, just kind of browsing around on Amazon, and found out that hey, well, Arrow's having their half off sale that they usually like to have every now and then, and so I'm like, well, let's just see what is actually on sale. And the fun thing is, actually, I got these actually used instead of actual half off, so they were actually cheaper, which is even cooler. So let's see what we got. All right. Nice. Okay, so first up, we have here, a movie that I've seen bits and pieces of. I don't think I've seen it all the way through, or if I have, it's been quite a while. But we have this really cool edition of, frankly, one of the very few horror films that this director has done. Probably his most famous film that he's ever done. We've got here on Arrow, we've got An American Werewolf in London. I apologize if you cannot see that very well. It's because the artwork is pretty dark. That looks a lot better. So, there we go. Yeah, what can we say? Fluorescent lighting, it sucks. Anyways, loaded with bonus content, by the way. It was just absolutely jam-packed to the brim with extras. So we have the 2019 restoration, Blu-Ray presentation, original uncompressed 1.0 and optional 5.1 DTS master audio, English subtitles, a new audio commentary by Beware the Mood filmmaker Paul Davis, audio commentary by actors David Naughton and Griffin Dunn, Mark of the Beast, the legacy of the Universal Werewolf, newly produced feature-length documentary by filmmaker Daniel Griffith, featuring interviews with John Landis, David Naughton, Joe Dante, and more. Yeah, gotta love that and more, am I right? Let's see here. Then we have An American Filmmaker in London, a newly filmed interview with John Landis in which he reflects on British cinema and his time working in Britain. I Think He's a Jew, The Werewolf's Secret, a new video essay by filmmaker John Spira, who directed the documentary L Street 1976, which is about Star Wars, as well as L Street Studios, about how Landis explores Jewish identity. The Werewolf's Call, Corn Hardy, the director of The Hollow and The Nun, chats with writer Simon Ward about their formative experience with Landis' film. Wares of the Wolf, a new featurette in which special effects artists Dan Martin and Tim Laws of Prop Store look at some of the original costumes and special effects artifacts from the film. Beware the Moon, Paul Davis's acclaimed feature-length exploration of Landis' film, which boasts an extensive cast and crew interviews. The Making of an American Werewolf in London, a short archival featurette on the film's production. An interview with John Landis, a lengthy archival interview with the director about the film. Makeup artist Rick Baker on An American Werewolf in London. The legendary makeup artist discusses his work on the film. I Walked with a Werewolf, an archival interview with Rick Baker about Universal Horror and its legacy of Wolfman films. Casting of the Hand, archival footage from Rick Baker's workshop showing the casting of David Naughton's hand, which of course that's from the famous scene where he starts transforming into the werewolf itself. We have outtakes, storyboard, featurettes, original trailers, teasers and TV spots, an extensive image gallery featuring over 200 stills, posters, and other ephemeria, or other stuff, I guess is what you want to call it. Reversible sleeve featuring original post art and artwork by Graham Humphreys. Of course, this is the new artwork. Of course, if I had the slipcover, it'd be reversed. But, there you go. Alrighty, and then here we go. So this one, I've been wanting this one for a while, and I can't believe you gotta turn on. Anyways, yeah, I apologize if that's going to be going off, but can't help it. Still a little bit of a heat wave going on, but not quite as much. But, what are you going to do? Alright, let's just rip open the plastic here. So, alright. Kind of pain in the butt, but hey, at least it came with the slipcover. This is awesome. Alright, so the first of the newest of my other one that I got, of course, is one that I have been wanting for ever since it was announced. Of course, this is part of one of my favorite horror film franchises we have here. Jason Goes to Hell. Yeah, the 9th film in the Friday the 13th franchise, and at the time, this was the final film. It actually comes with the slipcover, which is pretty cool. How awesome is that? Supposedly it's got reversible artwork, but we'll see. But the funny thing is, if you kind of look at some of the artwork from the Friday the 13th, the remake, they pretty much use almost the same eye design. And you'll see that again here in just a brief minute. But so we have two discs here. So this is the 4K presentation with both the theatrical and the unrated cut. We have original lossless audio and DTS 5.1 surround on both cuts. Optional English subtitles for both cuts. Reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Gary Poland. It's here a double-sided fold-out poster featuring original and newly commissioned artwork. Illustrated collector's book featuring new writing of the film by J.A. Kurzweil and original production notes. So, disc 1 is the theatrical cut. So we have an introduction to the film by director Adam Marcus. Faces of Death, a brand new featurette with a brand new interview with special makeup effects creator Robert Kurtzman. Undercover Angel, a brand new interview with actor Julie Michaels. That should be actress. She's the chick in the beginning of the movie. Mixing It Up, a brand new interview with composer Harry Manfredini. The Gates of Hell, an archival interview with director Adam Marcus. Jason versus the Terminator. Director Adam Marcus on growing up with the Cunninghams. Uber Jason, an archival interview with Kane Hodder on playing Jason. Additional TV footage with optional commentary by director Adam Marcus. It's here, theatrical trailer and TV spots. Still behind the scenes and poster galleries. Sweet. Okay, so now for disc 2, we have a brand new audio commentary with film historians Michael Felsher and Steve Uncle Creepy Barton. Archival audio commentary with director Adam Marcus and author Peter Brack, who did the Friday the 13th coffee table book. That's a really good book, by the way. As well as archival audio commentary with director Adam Marcus and screenwriter Dean Laurie. So yeah, you know what? Let's take a look at the see if everything's actually in here. And it is. That is awesome. So how cool is that? Get the awesome booklet there, and how awesome is this? This is so cool. Loaded with great stuff. Oh, and we've even got the poster. How awesome is that? Let's check that out. This is awesome. So, yeah. So, okay. So, here we have... so, of course, this is the newly commissioned artwork. And then, of course, we have the original poster there. the original theatrical poster. And I believe let's see what else. And then of course there's disc 1, which is the theatrical cut, and disc 2, which is also the same artwork. So, however, since we do have the slipcase, we're gonna go ahead and change it to this. So let's flip her on over here. That way it's kind of nice and adds that additional artwork there to everything. That way it kind of stays put with the original look and whatnot, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, how awesome is that? So, yeah, that's cool. That's freaking awesome. Alrighty. So, alright. Well, that was in box number 1. Let's open up box number 2. Let's see here. If we can get it over. Yeah, there we go. We're working on it here. Being a little stubborn here. Yeah, I mean, I was so excited when I found out that these movies were on sale, and I'm like, okay, I have to get these. So, being a fan, of course, of the franchise, you know, had to get these. So, you know. Alrighty. And then we've got here, also wrapped in plastic. Let's go ahead and rip you right out of here. That way we don't have to worry about it. Alright. So, and then I'm trying to get this sticker off. I'm going to hate that. That's stuck on there. That's going to drive me insane. Brilliantly, they put the sticker on the slip cover here, which I really hate. And I'm going to try to get this off without ripping the slip cover here. If you hear that peeling, that's just the sticker itself kind of somewhat pulling off. It's not actually ripping the artwork here, which is nice. So hopefully I can take some of that sticky stuff off of there and, you know, hopefully it won't ruin it. I hate it when people do that. Anyways, so the other film that I got from Arrow Video is the 4K of Jason X. Yeah. So now as you probably as I mentioned earlier, that they have the similar design there, which basically it's the same kind of look there with the eye. It's actually a similar screenshot that Jason does in the movie where he does that looking down kind of buggy-eyed look. So we've got here the 4K presentation, original lossless and stereo, as well as 5.1 surround, English subtitles, an introduction to the film by Kane Hodder, a brand new audio commentary with film historians Michael Felsher and Steve Uncle Creepy Barton, an archival audio commentary with writer Todd Farmer and author Peter Brack, an archival audio commentary with director Jim Isaac, writer Todd Farmer, and producer Noel Cunningham. That's from the original DVD release. Then we have Scoring the Stars, a brand new interview with composer Harry Manfredini. Out of Space, the making of Jason X, an archival documentary on the making of the film featuring interviews with producers Noel Cunningham and Sean S. Cunningham, actor Kane Hodder, and writer Todd Farmer. In Space, No One Can Hear You Scream, an archival interview with writer Todd Farmer. Christy is a Headbanger, an archival interview with actor Christy Agnes, excuse me. Jason Rebooted, Sean S. Cunningham on Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. The Many Lives of Jason Voorhees, an archival documentary on the history of the character. By Any Means Necessary, the making of Jason X, an archival making of documentary. That's the original one that was on the New Line DVD. Then we have cast and crew interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, electronic press kit, theatrical trailers and TV spots, stills, behind the scenes and poster galleries, reversible sleeve featuring newly commissioned artwork by Gary Poland, double-sided fold-out poster by Gary Poland, and of course an illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writing on the film by Matt Danto and J.A. Kurzweil. So let's see what we got here. So how cool is that? So slip is off. And then, of course, we have, the same artwork there. So everything is basically all on one disc this time, which is pretty cool. And what's awesome is that we've got the booklet there and the poster. Let's check out the poster here. This is awesome stuff, by the way. This is so cool. So once again, we have the original poster artwork there. And then, of course, we have this is the original poster art. This is the newly commissioned artwork. I don't know. It was to me, it was okay when it first came out. Of course, people bashed it. They thought it was terrible. Well, critics don't know anything. Am I right? But yeah, what can I say? Such an awesome. It's just obviously it's a different movie because with everybody thinking, well, where are you gonna go in space? Yep. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's reverse the artwork, shall we? So we have newly artwork there with the old school artwork here. How cool is this? So, yeah, look at that. Eventually, one day, I will get a 4K player. That way I can actually watch this. But, hey, it's in the works. So, yeah, how cool is that? So, not a bad small haul there for, some Arrow video updates. Hopefully, if the sale is still going on by the end of this, by next week, or by the end of this week, maybe I can get a few more. So, there we go. Yeah. Werewolves and Jason. How cool is that? So, yeah, loaded with great stuff, by the way. That's just going to drive me nuts, that stickiness. If I can try to get it somewhat off. Don't think I will, but you never know. Because sometimes if you just kind of play with it, eventually it just kind of goes away on its own. Yep, there it goes. Slowly but surely coming off. Alright. I don't know who decided to put the sticker there, but that's kind of a dumb thing to do. Just put it in the plastic. So, yeah. Yeah, so what can I say? Looking forward to definitely going into those old school movies again, especially the Jason ones. Especially in high definition, because now, of course, the Jason Goes to Hell, of course, the unrated cut, of course, actually has stuff in it that is not in the theatrical, and vice versa. So it'll be kind of interesting to see what all actually is not there and whatnot. But yeah, but basically, this one's actually the goriest out of all of them, and so yeah, it's pretty cool, and there's just certain things about the way that film was directed that I love. But yeah, how cool is that? Alrighty, well, that does it for me to you for now, guys. So with that, like, subscribe, hit that notification button, leave a comment down below, and with that, I'll see you next time. See ya.